What's good, everybody? The ambassador here. Welcome back to Enthusiast Roundtable here at Theme Park ERT. And this is episode number 7. And for episode number 7, lucky number 7, we thought we would do something a little fun this time around. This time we've got Chris versus Chris in the ultimate Chris Showdown. Who do we got? We got exactly.
Celebrity deathmatch.
Exactly. We've got Chris from America's Coaster Network. What's up, dude?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, man. Nice to see you again. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And we've also welcoming back a guest that we had on episode number 1. Welcome back, Chris from Airtime Thrills. What's up, dude?
Thanks for finally inviting me back. I mean, y'all talk about me every time you do one of these things, and you never let me join the fun, so thanks.
I know, because just talking about you increases our subscriber level by at least 3. So, like, we'll mention you every single video just because we want that clout. We're clout chasers. I mean, you know.
You want that clickbait?
We want that clickbait. We actually secretly hide you in every single thumbnail that we do, just so that we can get in the algorithm.
Okay, yeah. Subliminal advertising. I like that.
Exactly. And we've also got.
That's what I need to do for my posts.
Yeah.
There you go. Just keep putting Airtime Thrills, featuring Airtime Thrills, or Airtime Thrills endorsed. And of course, I don't want to leave out John Days Can Blaze. What's up, dude? Hello.
Howdy, guys. How's it going?
Got the fish going on in the background. Look at those tanks. We thought we'd add it, make things a little tranquil. Hey, but thanks so much for coming back coming onto the show today. Not back, but coming onto the show today. And so I wanted to talk just right off the top of the bat. We just got recent news. I know, Chris, you just did a video about this, but Six Flags has just kind of announced like a reservation program. You guys want to talk about that? Like, what do you say? What do you know?
Well, based on what I've read, looks like at some point they're going to allow you to go on the website and have you reserve an actual day that you're going to be able to go to the park, and they're only going to have a certain number of spots available. And that applies to members and for pass holders and for single day tickets.
Yeah.
So that is going to mitigate the problem of people rolling up and getting turned away. At least they think it will. I guarantee you it's still going to happen a lot, because there's going to be a lot of people that have no idea they need a reservation to go.
Right. Right. And, you know, how many people do you think that they're going to let in?
Well, okay, here's the thing. They talk about capacity, and I've seen Magic Mountain at capacity. It's absurd.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're talking about 3-hour waits. So half capacity is 1.5-hour waits, which is still extremely long, which doesn't usually happen. So if they do 50% capacity, then I don't think it'll fill up like all that much, except for maybe like Saturdays or holiday weekends or whatever. But we'll see. I think Disneyland Shanghai is doing 25%. And that will probably be more of a problem if that's what the parks are going with. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe it won't be a big problem. Maybe it'll be a huge problem. I have no idea.
Yeah, they open this week, right? Or in a week or something?
Yeah,
Shanghai?
I think they open next week or this weekend.
It's coming up.
Yeah, and then for like, you know, it's kind of funny because like that's something that I've wanted kind of implemented at Disneyland for Disney parks anyway. I've always thought they should do a lottery system where you just have to go on the website and be like, we'd like to go, and they give you a day that you can come, and then you go that day. Just because it's so crazy there all the time that I kind of don't mind a reservation system. But yeah, I guess we'll just see how it goes. I mean, what do you think, Chris?
I'm still trying. I like this. I just have to assume that I'm the second Chris now.
You can be the first Chris.
Well, you know, you already mentioned Chris, and
he was the first one that spoke.
Exactly. So I'm just still wondering how they're going to meet the social distancing requirements. We still haven't heard from the governor. Obviously, California has been stricter than most other states.
Yeah.
With everything. I know any sort of high capacity things are going to be, I think, 4th on the list of things to reopen, being concerts and of the like. I see theme parks in that same area as concerts. You have people in close proximity. Even if you have half capacity or 25 capacity in the park, you're still going to have people all rushing to one ride. And even then, I don't know how any kind of social distancing is going to happen on a roller coaster where anybody behind somebody in the first row is going to get sprayed with anything that's coming out. They say maybe people will be wearing masks, but I don't know, a mask staying on at 80 miles an hour.
Plus somebody brought up in my video, I was like, oh, masks is a good idea. Kind of keep everything contained. But I mean, think about the parks that will reach 100 degrees or have like massive humidity. Like I went to Six Flags Over Texas last August. It was like 110 degrees. It was miserable. I can't imagine wearing a mask. And you think that every 14-year-old kid is going to keep a mask on when it's 110 degrees?
Well, and not only that, I mean, the size of the actual virus itself, is small enough to pass through unless you have an N95 mask. It'll pass through all these fancy ones that people are wearing with like the logos and all that stuff. The virus goes right through it. It does nothing. So it's like, I think it's just optics. So it's like, if it's just optics, as soon as I get on that roller coaster, I'm taking it off and holding it in my hand. I don't.
Yeah, well, that was one of the things in my video too. I was saying how much of this stuff is real, how much of it is just feel good laws. Like,
yeah,
it looks good, it makes people feel better, but it's not really helping people.
Like security at the park.
I mean, I heard that it was going to be required to wear one. That's what I've been hearing, and then also I've been hearing, how are we addressing you guys? I don't know how we're addressing them.
You can call me whatever.
Call him Higgins.
You can call me Higgins. That works.
All right, Higgins was saying, he doesn't know how they're going to social distance. He doesn't know how we're going to social distance, or they're going to, enforce social distancing. Well, what I've heard on that is that everything's going to be virtual queue, like including Six Flags Park. So. Yeah, but what do you think if that's the case? You think
that requires infrastructure,
possible?
Though. I mean, you're talking about like kiosks and wristbands.
No, and that's what they're going to have to do, supposedly.
I can't imagine them getting that anytime soon.
Yeah, I would rather
in the works.
I'd rather Six Flags update their drinking fountains infrastructure before virtual queue infrastructure. To be honest, have you tasted the water? I mean, I love Magic Mountain, but the water that comes out of the drinking fountains is awful.
The water that comes out of the soda machines is gross too. It just tastes weird.
Talk about the freestyle machine. But
that thing's gonna be shut down. They're not. I don't think they're gonna have freestyle machines.
Oh yeah, I mean, exactly. How gross!
They're not gonna be handling souvenir cups. I bet you they'll probably see your souvenir cup and they'll give you a paper cup. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
You have to carry your souvenir cup around empty all day long, plus your other.
Or you can probably pour it in there if you want.
Maybe they'll finally get rid of the souvenir cups and do something like knots, to where you choose the souvenir cup or the paper cup every 15 minutes, I think, or 30 minutes.
It's 15, yeah.
15 minutes. I
like that method. I like that method for when I'm writing a lot of stuff, but like when I want to take stuff home or carry it around with me for a long time, then the bottle works a lot better.
He's one of those guys.
I'm cheap. I didn't get this nice loft by spending all my money on drinks.
I don't like wasting, cups and stuff, but that plastic bottle, after going like a couple times, that thing is done. And they give you one replacement. So you get 2 a year. There's no way that's sanitary.
Oh, you actually get replacements on those for free?
You get one free replacement, I think, a year.
I have 2 membership bottles now. I said I lost mine, so no,
I don't even want to open my cabinet with the membership bottles.
My son accidentally threw away our souvenir bottle, and they gave me the freaking hardest time. We never got a replacement.
Oh wow.
No, I mean, I went up the chain. I said, I want to talk to the restaurant manager. I want to talk. And I'm like, come on. I mean, I wasn't being a Karen. It was just more of like, hey, I paid for this thing. Why
you got the Karen haircut going on?
I know. Look at my haircut. Holy cow. Speaking of which, I got my first COVID-19, whatever. Tangent. Does anybody else feel bad for COVID-18? Oh. Over COVID-18.
Yeah, or all the other coronaviruses, because the coronavirus is a generic term. Right. This is just a coronavirus, but now it's the coronavirus.
And who knows? COVID-20 is probably rad. He's probably
I feel bad for coronavirus.
Corona 20's got a lot to live up to, so
I know he's gonna be like, ugh. But I was gonna say, like, I was at Target and we got our first Karen shaming. We were in the cereal aisle, and how like when you're in a cereal aisle, you look at all the cereal, then you go back down and you kind of, you're trying to make your decision, right? Well, this Karen walks in, and as we're walking back to check out the other show, she goes, "Oh, excuse me, you have to go that way." I'm like, "Huh?" She's like, one-way in,
Oh, the
one-way out.
one-way aisles.
And I said,
Yeah, those are a pain.
this isn't a one-way aisle, you know. And she's like, social distancing. And the thing is, we were at the very front of the aisle, and she just barely turned in. So she wanted us to walk all the way down and around. And I was like, you know, you could just back up, and then we could leave. But she demanded. And I said, okay, lady. And she was just like, don't okay, lady me. Don't be an A. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Before I got sick, I went to
Wow.
the store, and it was such a pain in the butt with all the restrictions and the masks and the one-way aisles. I was like, I'm going to stock up as much as I can and never come back here. So I was pretty good on stuff when I was quarantining.
Well, luckily we have a Sam's Club membership, and no, we are not in any way sponsored by Sam's Club, though we are open to it. I like being a member of Sam's Club because it's the Costco with no lines. We've had absolutely no problem.
Nice.
No lines at all.
Wow.
Yeah, go Sam's Club.
You're one of those guys.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't get to have this nice house and renovation. Exactly.
The Al Borland during quarantine.
Yeah. Yeah. We should address it off the top. Sorry that we did this. We skipped a week in our roundtables because I've been renovating the house, putting in new floor, new everything. So sorry about that. But hey, let's talk roller coasters and theme parks. Candemonium.
Chris just hit 30,000.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah, my face.
Congratulations.
I just hit 31,000. Thank you very much.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going really good right now. I think everyone that's staying home is just binging YouTube. It's working out.
Well, I know I have been, but different ones. How to install floor.
There you go. Do it yourself.
Well, what about you, Chris? What have you been doing to keep busy?
Just been working. I was doing on the side before all this started, just doing Grubhub and DoorDash. So now that my regular job is, they laid everybody off for now. I think we'll get rehired whenever this is over with. But yeah, in the meantime, I've just been doing a lot of food delivery, which right now, with it being 100 degrees or close to it, I'm not really feeling it.
Yeah.
But that's been my thing.
Here in SoCal, it's been quite hot for the past week. I know, feel bad for us, everybody, man. But I guess it's good because viruses don't like heat. So I guess maybe it'll help a little bit.
They're saying that, but now they're not sure.
Nobody's sure about anything.
So
the only thing that is for sure is that I'm tired of it, of all of it, and I want to get back to a park. I'm really looking forward to. I mean, I hope, back to this reservation thing. Like, if Disneyland does it, I would love to finally get to go to Galaxy's Edge for the first time. That would be great.
Yeah, I haven't been to Disneyland in like a year and a half.
Yeah.
So I haven't even seen the Star Wars land yet.
Yeah, same here.
But for the reservations, I'm just worried that like I still have stuff planned this summer to go to a bunch of Six Flags and Cedar Fair parks, and if they're like you can only reserve one at a time, that's going to be a huge problem. I might not be able to know if I'm going to be able to get to a lot of these parks while I'm on the road, so I can reserve like the first one well in advance, and then I don't know. I really hope they let you at least reserve stuff like one at a time. So like one day at Great America, one day at Great Adventure, one day at New England. You can't go 2 days at one park, but you can do multiple parks at a time. Yeah. I'm hoping they do that, but I'm not holding my breath.
They could also put like a moose out front.
I will punch that moose. I will punch every moose at every park that I can't go to.
We got the COVID. The moose outside should have told you.
Hey, animal rights activists, just let it be known. Airtime Thrills will punch every moose he sees.
Or any other animal that you put out there. I will punch it. I don't care.
He punted Baxter. Do you think that Cedar Fair is going to follow the same route that Six Flags is going? What do you think? Or have they already?
They're definitely going to cut capacity. So the alternative for doing the reservation system is to turn people away after they hit their capacity. And I don't know, are they going to have a line of people and let them in as people leave? That's a possibility. But I just think it's a much better system to do the reservations than it is to turn people away. Like I said, they drive a couple hours to get there, and then they have to turn back around.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it'll depend. For Michigan's Adventure, it'll be business as usual. But
one of the parks I'm going to this year, yeah.
Sorry. Well, we should all go to South Dakota to ride that Raptor, because that I'm sure there'll be no capacity there.
Yeah, right.
You hear about that, Chris?
I'm out of the loop.
Yeah, it's like some
water park.
Small water park, like family-owned water park, bought an RMC Raptor model in South Dakota.
Oh, I do remember hearing about that.
Yeah, so
that's really gonna happen?
Yeah.
Every time I hear about small parks with roller coasters, it just never happens.
I think they actually bought it.
They did. They bought it, yeah.
Well, no, but like as far as, well, if they're buying a new model, then sure. But I'm thinking of like all the, the ones that left Six Flags Astroworld that went to that, was it Joyland in Texas that just sat there?
Yeah.
And then the other one got shipped off to Darien Lake and then got.
Yeah, that happens all the time. I think Ultra Twister from Astroworld went to Six Flags America, and that never got built.
Yeah,
that happens all the time. I'm not sure. I think they ship it and then they realize it's in crappy shape and then they just scrap it.
Or like Speed the Ride from Vegas, like it went to that vacant lot, and I think it's still sitting there to this day.
Yeah, I want to see that. I've never seen that in person, but I'd love to see that. It's near Mandalay Bay.
Yeah, it's sad. But I heard about the so this Raptor in South Dakota. Like I heard like the water park owner was like going into this cornfield and he heard these voices that just says, if you build it, they will come. And so he was just like, oh. And like these ghosts, the ghosts of like designers of years past just started coming out. And he's like, oh, you're the guy that originally designed. It's the first roller coaster ever. I think his name's what's.
You should write a script. That sounds like a good movie.
And I'll get James Earl Jones, but not Kevin Costner.
But I've actually visited that place twice.
That Raptor is it's finally going to a park that was meant for, like they never designed that thing to go to a Six Flags or Cedar Fair park. That thing was meant for a little park, like, well, a water park.
Yeah. Or like a mall or something like that, like a big mall or something. Yeah.
Is it a custom layout or is it?
No.
I think
it's a clone of the original.
Yeah.
I can almost picture like the conversation between RMC and Six Flags. Like, yeah, Six Flags pitches, Six Flags goes to RMC and RMC pitches the T-Rex and Six Flags like, how much is that? They're like, well, do you have a cheaper model? They're like, well, we got this, but it's for smaller. Wait, how much is it? Yeah. Oh, okay, we'll take that instead. But sir, it's only for smaller parks. The capacity, we don't care about capacity. We'll take it. In fact, we'll take 5 or however many they bought.
They bought 2. I'm only going to say 2, so I do not get.
Hey, Jersey Devils got the same capacity as West Coast Racers, so there's that.
Yeah.
12 per train.
And a little kitty time. What's the cat's name?
Her name is Zarina.
Hi, Zarina.
Yeah. Say hello. See,
this is how you get likes and subscribes right here. Cats.
There you go. I'd grab my dog, but he's in the car. They're out right now.
I'm glad you added that last part. You said he's in the car. And period.
Maybe before that's over, he'll come back up here.
He's in the car. The windows are up.
In the garage.
It's only 110 degrees this week.
But speaking of Jersey Devil, I know that they kind of halted construction on that. Do we know if has anybody heard anything? Have they?
I don't think they're back yet.
No.
It's weird that they were doing construction during the worst of the pandemic, and then now that it's kind of starting to ease up, now they're stopping.
That's really weird. Yeah, because they were going.
They were going while everyone was really locked down, and everything's kind of starting to get back to normal a little bit, at least in a lot of parts of the country.
I think they're going to start getting back soon.
Chris, are you trying to say that New Jersey is behind?
Yeah, I have a lot of things. If you saw my New Jersey vlog, I opened it with a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Like a stock footage of a dumpster fire. That's pretty accurate.
Well, probably what happens is we should probably blame OK Coasters. I love OK Coasters, but he was doing all that good update footage, and maybe like the governor of New Jersey was watching his channel, was like, hey, wait a darn minute.
He had no idea that was happening.
But yeah, it's too bad because like we were trying to plan a trip out there. Like for example, like I'm planning a trip in a few weeks, June, to go out to Chicago, and then I was hoping to hit Great America, and then go down to Kings Island. I don't know. I mean, if the reservations open up, maybe, but
yeah, I still have my Hollywood Nights flight. which is in about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I still have it because I'm thinking, Hollywood Nights is canceled, Keys of the Kingdom's canceled, but like let's say Carowinds and Dollywood opens, or Indiana Beach might open by then. I could maybe fill out the 5 days and just drive. I mean, I'm landing in Cincinnati. I can pretty much go anywhere from there as long as I make it back to Cincinnati by the 5th day. I'm just kind of keeping it open, but I'm not really expecting anything to be open by late May, honestly.
I've been hearing some of the Texas parks might be.
Texas parks might be, but that's a little too far from Cincinnati. But as soon as those open, I want to go because I want to just like chronicle how they're handling the new restrictions and social distancing. But the thing is, like, we're all in California. Will I get shot if I try to leave?
Oh, probably. And your audio just went down. Did you notice that? Did his audio go down for everybody else? Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't hear him.
I think Gavin Newsom is on our live stream, and he wanted to cut that part out. He was talking about. He's like, am I gonna get shot if I try to leave California?
We're gonna get Zoom bombed by the governor.
Yeah, you're gonna get shamed by Karen. There's they just lined Karens up along the whole border, and they're like, you're killing people. But what were you gonna say, Chris? You were about to say
something? Yeah. I was gonna say it'd just be really funny if Indiana Beach is the only park that opens this year.
That was my my joke from February. The only park that opens in 2020 is Indiana Beach. Like, what a plot twist that would be.
Dude, I'm excited about Indiana Beach. What are you guys' thoughts on that it being saved?
Well, I'm happy because I was gonna go there. It's been a park that I've wanted to go to for the last 20 years since I became an enthusiast, and was almost going to go last year when I was in Chicago, but it just didn't work out. And then we kind of, while on that trip, planned to go this year. So yeah, to hear that it was not going to open this year bummed us out. Now, of course, our entire trip, to Holiday World and to Kentucky Kingdom and all those parks is on hold for right now.
Yeah, I had one shot to go in 2017. I was on a business trip in Chicago. I had one day to go to a park, and I could either go to Great America, which I had been to before, or I could go to Indiana Beach. And just because Indiana Beach was kind of a long way to go, and I had to catch a flight that night, I didn't want to risk it, so I went to Great America. So I was kind of upset that I didn't have the opportunity to go to Indiana Beach, and I was going to go there the day after Hollywood Nights. But yeah, I think it's great because there's a couple of coasters there that are really intriguing, like Cornball Express with the buzz bars and
Lost Coaster.
Yeah,
that thing looks crazy. Just like it's like an experience that it's like unlike any other.
Volume.
Yeah.
You have a dip in your audio.
Yeah, something's going on with your audio, Chris. But basically, what he was saying is that
come back and not screw you up.
You could try.
Okay, let's see.
I might edit this out. I might not. Who knows? But good. Now we've got the best Chris here. No, it's good. I've shared this story before.
Keep that in. Don't edit that one out.
I've shared this story before in past shows, but like, I've got family that live very close to Indiana Beach, and it's my wife's family, and I've gone out to visit for so many years, and they've all said no when I've said, let's go to Indiana Beach. And they're like, nah, that place is a dump. I'm like, I don't care. I want to go. And I've never been I've had like 6-7 opportunities to go, and I could never convince them.
You gotta ride the Steel Hog, man.
I know, dude. I want to ride it. I want to ride everything there. And I heard they have good tacos. Hopefully the new owner saves the tacos.
Hurricane,
Yeah.
They have good tacos in Indiana.
That's what OBC and Taylor from Close to Fuse have all said, that the tacos are great. I mean, I get it.
If they're not from Southern California, you can't say anything about.
Well, hold on though. El Toro Ryan last roundtable said that when they were in Mexico, Six Flags Mexico, the best tacos they got were inside the Six Flags Mexico. They went to a taco stand in the city, and they said that the tacos that they got inside the Six Flags park was better. I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know. But I
told him. You trust Ryan? I mean, he is from New Jersey. Does he even know what tacos are?
He's like, tacos? Oh, I love tacos.
Shots fired.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Well, shots were already fired over the dumpster fire.
Where's your money bags, Chris?
Yeah. Yeah, I need to bring my money bags to the coaster to see how many I can poach. Some are demanding a bigger price than others, so we'll see how many I can pull out.
Typical. Yeah. No, it was fun. That was a fun episode. But so also, what's the latest news? I've heard, wasn't there something going on with Candemonium just recently? I think I heard.
Started testing?
Did it start testing?
Yeah.
Pandemonium?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. What do you think? I have mixed feelings.
I love B&M Hypers. It'll probably be in my top 20, honestly.
Well,
you can't really go wrong with anything B&M. Even the bad ones are really good. There's really no bad one, but there's just better ones.
Yeah.
Scream. Ooh, Scream.
Scream.
The new models. The new
Scream is not that bad. I don't know why people hate on Scream so much.
Scream is just 2 elements too long. If they cut out those last 2 corkscrews at the end, it would be great.
And then people give it crap for being a parking lot coaster, but if you just go right up the coast to Discovery Kingdom, you have Medusa.
It's also absolutely a parking lot coaster.
Parking lot, the lines are there and everything.
I've never understood the parking lot coaster complaint. It's like, okay, like what, is everything supposed to be in detailed rock work? I mean, it's a ride. Who cares?
The Scream. Okay, for one, it has a rattle. For whatever reason. Maybe it's the parking lot radiating heat and warping the track. I don't know. But at the same time, I mean, I don't like Scream's layout. Like, I think the elements are boring. But to be consistent, I don't really like Bizarro either. So I'm not going to say Bizarro has a great coaster, but Scream isn't.
And everybody raves about Superman Krypton coaster, and I think it's junk. So
yeah. It's all good. That's the fun.
I also don't like Maverick, so you know.
Oh, that's right. You don't like Maverick. But like, I think the one redeeming thing about Scream though is it's what is that? That zero G roll or whatever it is that it has. That's like some of the best airtime in the park.
Yeah, any zero G roll is going to be good. So
that's a good one.
I'll give it some credit.
That's one of the best elements of the park.
I think so too.
I mean, the coaster, it's whatever, but that element is awesome.
The element's great. Yeah.
And I like the little pop at the end, right before the brake run.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the
little things, you know.
The zero G roll on Scream we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's also next to all that vegetation, so it probably has something to the correlation with being close to all those tall trees there.
There you go.
So
that's solid logic right there.
That's not any good.
Got it. I see. It's because it's the only one that's like, it's got a little bit of bushes.
Yeah, because they put those giant
Sony themed element.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's a themed element.
It's a themed element.
Mm-hmm. Six Flags doesn't theme the rides; they just theme an element.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't even come up with a creative name for that coaster. That's what really bugs me.
Scream.
At least it wasn't a DC.
Yeah.
What's that?
It has a locker system.
Oh, that's true.
Chris, what were you saying?
So at least it isn't a DC coaster. At least they didn't name it like the Joker or Wonder Woman.
I would have been okay with that.
You don't like the DC theme names?
No, I really don't. They're repetitive and boring and it's very Six Flags.
Yeah. Well, what if it was like some really like third tier character like
Aquaman?
Like Mirror Man. No, like third tier.
Oh, third. Okay.
Batman at especially there at Six Flags Magic Mountain has some of the best theming. I mean, a lot of it's been cut from when it first opened, but I don't mind that at all.
I think we're about to get a dog. Here comes a dog.
Oh.
See, this boosts our views.
Dog?
Oh wait, here we go. Hold on.
You're doing dogs?
I know. Where's my dog?
The dog came home.
Should we all do dogs?
We show our animals.
All right, hang on. Let me go get mine. Stand by.
I'm gonna make her dance.
Come on up.
Hey Higgins, how much does your cat weigh?
I don't know. I've never weighed her before.
My dog's the size of a cat, like a small cat.
Oh really?
He's very excited right now. So
She's
not really
maybe, I don't know, 6 pounds? I don't know what it is. 10 pounds?
7 pounds? Wow.
10 pounds?
He's only 7.
Ow,
So
what are you doing?
Everyone left to get their pets.
She's biting me now. Okay.
Wow, she's a lot less furry than I remember.
Yeah. Well,
Aww.
That heat wave haircut.
There's Delilah.
Oh.
No,
So everybody has their. Oh, everybody.
I can't pick Delilah.
this should be our thumbnail.
Yeah.
Get your cat up there.
All right, hold on, Zarina, come here.
I have a cat too, but she's probably won't let me pick her up.
Zarina, you don't want to
Makes
see
sense.
all the. Look. She's like, help me. What are you doing to me? Hmm?
Cool. There goes my microphone. This is gonna be like the most like.
Random.
No, this is gonna be random, and it's gonna be the most raw round table yet. I probably won't cut very much out. Why not? Let's keep it raw. I was saying before, like some of the best advice I ever got was from Sean, the Park Worldwide. He said, just keep it raw. Like he's like, if you have a bad day, talk about it. If you have a good day, talk about it. If your camera goes out, talk about it. Just it's the genuineness that is going to be appealing to your viewer. They want to see authenticity. I was like,
Yeah.
That sounds like a Six Flags philosophy. Like if
Right.
everything just goes to shit, just kind of just
Go
roll
with
with it.
I get a lot of crap from people when I complain about a park,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you're spoiled. But it's like, reviewing parks and coasters is like reviewing anything else. Everyone has an honest opinion about food or movies or whatever. So why not coasters? Why not parks? I'll call out Six Flags America if it sucks. And it does.
I think that the ops at Cedar Point for the kid rides was terrible. Some of the worst ops I've ever seen was at Cedar Point for the kid rides. It's horrible.
Oh,
Yeah.
At Cedar Point? At all of them?
Yeah, like at Cedar Point, like what they would do is like, for example, they had what was it called? Not the very first Intimate. It was the other one that they had. I don't remember. It was like some other little Vacoma or something like that. They would like not fill up every single train, and then they would, or no. So what it would be is like they had like some kids in line, and they'd fill it up, and some other kids would be coming right up, but because they shut the gate, they would never open the gate again. They would just lock everybody, and then all of a sudden it's like they'd run a train with like empty seats and stuff. I'm like, you could have clearly just been, oh, I just saw you running up. Why don't you come on in real quickly? You know what I mean? It's like, it just was really weird. And it was like every single ride was like that. Like it was, they have like 4 different like sort of like kiddie areas, and every single area for the kids was like that. It was annoying. I was like, whatever.
But did they just give you the stink eye because you were trying to get kids credits at Cedar Point?
Well, me and Uncle Nate were like, we had bought extra small shirts, and we just said that we went through growth spurts, and that's all we were trying to do.
I thought that you would think that would work.
When they open back up, there's not going to be ride attendants. All these kids, they like, they're not going to want, their parents aren't going to want their kids working at the parks. I'm telling you, it's going to be it's going to be hard for these parks to hire people again.
I don't.
John has a point there, because you have parks like Cedar Point, and a lot of the ride ops there come from
other countries,
overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there might be an issue with that now as well.
And then the people locally their parents aren't going to want their kids working there with being, prone to getting sick or whatnot. Or
I think there's a 50-50 split on that. I think there's people who would have no problem going back to work, and then there's
plus there's a lot of people out of work.
There are, but do they want to work there?
I don't know.
But I think, if you worked in an amusement, if you visited or worked at an amusement park, your immune system is probably good enough to go back there.
You've touched enough rails. So, well, Chris, you were saying something. You read something?
Yeah. So just from today, the OC Register, the Orange County Register here, locally, said that from Cedar Fair that they can't guarantee that all the parks are going to open in 2020.
Yeah, I did read from the CEO saying that he didn't see them opening in the near term, whatever that means.
It could be that Knott's Berry Farm might be the only one that opens this year because they are year round.
Right.
But I'm guessing that they're predicting that this will go long enough to where they won't.
Most parks are year round in the Cedar Fair chain. If you talk about the Winterfest, Seems like most of them go through the end of the year.
Yeah, ish, I guess. But I mean, I don't know. They might not. That might not be enough for them. As far as they open their parks, but they don't have any of the coasters going.
They have some, yeah, but it is limited. Yeah, but in the near term, that could mean, in the next couple of weeks, could mean June. It could be end of summer. Yeah.
Right.
Well, you never know. A lot of this has to do with, a lot of this really does have to do with like optics and kind of worried about this, like the shaming culture. Like you saw how quickly things started closing down. And it's good that they closed down. Don't get me wrong. But I think a lot of people didn't want to have that negative press, like, oh, whoa, look at you. So I think if things start opening up and then it starts kind of having like the momentum starts to roll and like, gets bigger and bigger, I think things will start opening up quicker.
Yeah, I think that's a real thing. I think the whole fear of liability or the bad PR is a real thing. And I think that's true.
But Six Flags is saying that they're going to open. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, probably because they need to.
They teased us with several placeholders so far.
Oh, go ahead, John.
No, I was just saying they've already teased us with several placeholders already on the app.
If Six Flags doesn't open, I wonder what they're going to do about the memberships, because they were like, oh, keep paying for your membership. When we reopen, you get all these new perks the rest of the year. If they don't reopen at all, man, that's going to be real good screw job for everyone who kept paying their membership.
Here's something interesting. So I have a few buddies who did pause their membership, and they decided, you know what, we don't care about our points. We're going to go ahead and just pause our membership. So the email they got in response to them doing that was, okay, we're going to pause your membership. When we plan to reopen, we'll start charging you for that month. Well, they both got charged this month.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is weird because they didn't get charged last month, I guess. But this month, all of a sudden, they got charged again, even though they opted out.
Sounds like your friends show up.
Sounds like a Six Flags IT, honestly.
Yeah,
that's what it seems like. But it's weird. Like now they might have that issue because people have said they're gonna cancel. Now there's probably tons of people calling them like, "What's going on? Like I got charged. Are you opening?"
I'll swing by in the morning and see if there's a line of cars.
Yeah, there you go. we swung by there last weekend, and they got that thing really gated off, and they got security and everything just like sitting out there. They probably don't want any shenanigans going on around that area.
Well, also there's been some, and I do not endorse this, but there's been some interesting drone footage. Also, a guy in a helicopter that flew over. It's pretty interesting. It looks like they've used all their overflow lots for like rental cars or car lots for. Have you seen that? Have you seen these videos?
No, I've seen a few drone shots, but nothing like that before.
Yeah, no, it's like Dodger Stadium is full parking lot. I live close to the Santa Anita racetrack. That's full.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, funny enough, the entrance to Wally World is.
What do you think it's for?
Cars.
What do you think? Why do you think all the cars are there?
Well, there's a lot of overflow for like rental companies and stuff.
And they probably
because no one's renting them. They're all off the road, so they need somewhere for them to go.
So they probably paid Six Flags like, hey, can we park our stuff here for a little while? I just thought that was really interesting. And that could be another heightened reason for security because they don't want people just going around messing with those cars.
True. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think of what else is kind of positive news as far as, I mean, the testing of Pandemonium that we talked about is positive. Hopefully it has a lot of positives and not just floaters.
I have positive news.
What's up?
Green Lantern was sent to Canada.
Oh, that's right.
It was deported.
Yeah. And I was reading something about that. What they received it and they were just about to open it, right? Is that what was going on?
I don't think they built it yet. No.
Oh no. Oh,
it's Six Flags. They're not going to have the thing ready until September, even on a regular schedule.
September this year.
Well, here's the thing: is LaRonda was actually they said that when they received it, they needed to repair it, but their French Canadian accents were so strong, people thought they were saying "vipair," and said, "Oh, is that the name of it? It's vipair?" And like, no, it needs repair. It needs repair. And oh well.
Jeez.
Wow.
was supposed to ride that thing this year too, but I don't. Canada is way more strict than anywhere in the U.S. So I don't even think they'll let me into the country.
Dude, Trudeau don't play, man.
Mm-mm. No, he doesn't want us. He doesn't want us Americans in his country.
But yeah, so that is good news that it made it to Canada. But I'm trying to think. What I mean, everything else.
I think the reservation system was when I started that video about the reservation system. I said I presented it as positive news. Just even though it's going to be a pain in the butt, it still is a thing that they're considering opening with these restrictions, and the fact that they're considering opening is a great sign.
Maybe they can do it on days like where they have the bring the friend free day. They can have a reservation system.
Yeah.
No, then I won't get my videos out where I get to film all the madness and I get like 100,000 views. So
just start another fire, Chris. Just start another fire.
You can't prove anything. I did not start that fire last June. I just happened to be there right when it started, and happened to have my camera. Happened to be right out there in the entrance.
You didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. I get it.
I was about to go there too.
Yeah. Sorry, you're too young, Chris.
You guys are getting way too up there in age.
I just remember the thing about the, we talked about earlier, but Holiday World. Didn't they say they were opening June 14th?
June 14th is the date they're planning on opening, yeah. Wonder if Indiana Beach might do the same.
Didn't they say July? I thought Indiana Beach was July.
No, June 14th.
Well, Indiana Holiday World is June 14th. I thought it was all Indiana parks, but maybe it was just Holiday World.
Are people gonna wear masks on the water slides too?
No, you gotta wear.
I think the water slide you're good because you're soaked in chlorine the whole time.
That's true.
Yeah. Right.
Water parks are already a cesspool of germs, so.
Oh. Okay.
No, I say you wear one of those face shields. That way it protects, water from getting in your face.
Everyone forgets about all the other stuff that's around just out there that can also kill you.
Suit required.
No one cares about that stuff anymore.
It's like heart disease is still the #1 killer.
Yeah.
It's like, we're not barring people from going to get Big Macs.
Or the regular seasonal flu.
Exactly.
Also killing 80,000 people a year, but
it's all good. It's all good. We love both sides. People who are crazy and people who are normal. You decide who is which. But and like Shanghai Disneyland opening up is the first one, which is interesting because they've been closed for a while, right? I mean,
they were the first one to close, right?
Yeah.
Did China ever? I think they reopened some parks, right? And then they closed them back down.
Yes. I saw that they had done some like social distancing on one of the roller coasters and.
Yeah, that's like that's of all the restrictions, I think the staggered seating is the dumbest.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, you're going to split up your group that you've been standing with the entire day and then put them in different rows like that.
Well, I love the 6 foot minimum type of thing, as if the virus knows like measurements,
Right.
Like the virus is like, oh shoot, you're beyond 6, I'm done. That's like, come on.
There was one meme, I can't remember what it was, but it was like, there was people in the front row and people in the back. And it was like, this park has been social distancing since whatever date it was.
Yeah.
All right.
But the whole thing is, and I said it earlier, was it doesn't matter if you spread people out on the coaster. Once it's in motion, it's like running. It's like jogging behind somebody.
But I heard that open air transmission like that, like out in the open, like on a beach or like in a park or even on a coaster, it's very, very low, like almost nothing. So
it is.
I was watching some study. They studied this company that tons of people in the office building got it. Like I think a whole floor of their employees got it, and they studied the cubicles from above and how it spread. And they said the only way you can get it is if you're directly next to the person. Like you couldn't be diagonal from the person. You had to either be across or to the side of them. And then not only that, you had to be with them for an extended period of time. Like it wasn't just like, like you can literally like shake hands supposedly with the person that has it and not get it.
So as long as we don't make out with each other, then we're okay.
Yeah, no in-office romance.
There you go.
Everybody end your in-office romances. Anyway, it's never going to end well anyway, so let's just end it now. But so I guess the best rides to ride now, I guess, according to that new statement, would be drop towers, right? Because you have time to escape. it's going to be
There you
above
go.
you, and you can get off the ride before it comes down and it affects the next rider. So drop towers are safe. You heard it here first.
So
By the time
under
the
that
virus-
logic, I mean, they can probably, if they cough or they yell and they get spit all over the lap bar or something, that's where they could possibly transmit it. But if they wipe down the trains afterwards, that could help too. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I heard that if you ride Goliath, that the virus just is too bored to even affect you.
But I'm still not riding Goliath. Not worth it.
So did we see did anyone see the surveys SeaWorld was sending out?
Yeah,
No.
I saw. I didn't take it, but I saw it. Yeah, it's interesting. Explain
What are
it,
they-
John.
Huh?
Explain it.
I didn't even look. I honestly didn't glance at it, but yeah, it's just they want to know how people feel about the reopening of the parks and what they expect, what they want, whatever.
They're like, hey, so are you guys like not mad about that whole like animal thing anymore?
Yeah.
America's attention span isn't that long, Higgins.
Yeah.
That was 6 years ago or 7
Can
years
we
ago
abuse- Is it cool if we abuse animals again? Like, just pay attention to the COVID part.
Exactly.
now. Right.
Like Steve-O is all on board on that one. But like, I think that's a smart idea though. I mean, company aside, but I think that's actually smart. Kind of like test the waters, to say, what do you guys think? And if they got an overwhelming, response from positive, just like, yeah.
If we can't have people die because it's less people that will follow us or give us subs.
Oh,
or,
that's true. That's true.
you know.
Unless we can figure out some of those like those voting schemes where you get dead people to be your subscribers. Ooh.
Dead people to.
We had that. Remember, Chris? We had that one time. We had all those fake people follow us,
Yeah.
and we were getting like 75 a day, and then they all got purged, and we saw our numbers just crash.
I got
on
released.
Instagram?
That was sad.
That was a fun week. Yeah.
Was it like some sort of bot or something?
Yeah. All the names kind of look similar, and we're like, oh, great, here they
It
come.
was all in like Russian or in like Arabic, like the names of the followers.
Was it that code that you'd send to your iPhone? It would crash your iPhone. Do you remember that? It was like some Arabic phrase or something like that.
You got me thinking of the random here is like the number that you would dial on a payphone to get it to call itself.
Oh right. Oh what was it? That was
now I really like feel.
Oh no, yeah, that's right. What was that? That was that star.
It was something in the last 4 digits or something.
I remember that. I remember
Should be
some
keeping
other
a tally
things
of
you
all
could
the
do.
all the
think-
references you guys are making that are really old.
It was it star?
Yeah, by the
67?
way, guys, a payphone, you used to put a quarter in and you can make a call on the side of the street.
Yeah.
You didn't know.
A quarter is this metal thing that's round, has a president on it. It's
Is that like Bitcoin?
cash.
Like, couldn't you call any other payphone for free? Trying to
Probably.
remember. I think you
Oh.
could. And then you could actually call the payphone too from
Would
like
you-
any other line.
You could dial 0 and talk to the operator, get the time.
That's right.
Or you do the collect call to like have,
1-800
say,
collect,
your
baby.
parents- No,
So
like the collect
random.
call
Like,
to
just
have
think
like, your
about
parents
that.
pick you up.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh,
the
do you
collect
remember those
call.
commercials from the 90s that were like dial 1010 321 for your
Yeah.
long distance needs?
1-800 call collect.
This is
Yeah.
this is the point in this video where everybody just stopped watching.
Maybe.
Let's come back
Everyone-
quick.
Until
Under
we
the
bring
age of
up-
35
until we bring
stops
up
watching.
what was the one? Party line. Remember Party line?
Oh yeah, party lines. I remember party lines. But how about this? We'll get everybody to come back in. Let's just start talking about Universal and the Lost, the Lost World ride.
You love Jurassic
Party Lost World
Park.
ride. Yeah, that's how you get views, right? That's the trick. Just upload a video about.
I think they're still going strong on the Jurassic World ride or coaster. I think they're still
Yeah.
building that right now.
Yeah, I think they are too. I think that.
Oh, at Island?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
the Velocicoaster or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Mhm.
at Islands of Adventure, right?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah,
Well,
I
and
think
then-
they're
oh,
still
that-
working on that.
That's news. They just released the details about Epic Universe and the layouts and stuff like that. Did you guys see that?
No.
I saw the original announcement with the renderings, the one that looked like I had West Coast Racers in it.
Yeah, but just
But
recently-
what? There's details now. They actually have the layouts, and
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
yeah.
Huh.
I'm trying to think. There's going to be a Fantastic Beasts land. That's an extension of the Harry Potter. That,
Oh wow.
What else is there going to be? There was the obviously the Universal's Monsters Land, and there's the How to Train Your Dragon Land. Oh no, I can't remember. But
What about the Nintendo?
oh yeah, the Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
That was in the original. That was in the original art, I think.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that was the one that like was starting it all, right? Or that we knew about first was going there.
I think that's one of these coaster systems or coaster ride systems that
I'm looking it up right now.
Doesn't get talked about a lot. I'm so excited for that, whatever that, Mario Kart system is going to be. It looks like it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Where do I find it? I'm trying to find it.
Google.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm on. But...
Good suggestion. Google.
Okay, here.
Never thought of that one.
Should we start doing the old school stuff? Go to Ask Jeeves.
I asked Jeeves. I was just going to say Ask Jeeves.
I'm going to write down all these old
Go to
references.
web crawler.
There's another one.
I found it.
Netscape. Oh, we talked about that last time, right?
It's sad because I remember this.
It's only listing a couple of them. Site plans and rides.
I'm actually really excited for Epic Universe because I actually have never even been out to any of the Florida parks. So I'll probably plan that once Epic Universe opens because, I'd hate to go out there now and just like not be able to experience that yet. Yeah, that looks really cool. I mean, and also to try to get on that Velocicoaster too, because that looks pretty rad as well.
It says there's a Frankenstein's Castle ride, which is going to be similar to the ride system of Harry Potter and Forbidden Journey.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
What do you guys think about the It's an Intamin, right? The Velocicoaster?
Is
there a layout for that?
I haven't seen one.
It might be like maybe what do you call it? Hagrid's, or maybe it might be a little more extreme than that.
Well, yeah. Well, aren't they the same park? Hagrid's?
Is the Velocicoaster going? When you ask about Universal or Disney, this is where you get me. Is it going to be at the main park or the Highlands?
It's an adventure.
Yeah. It's a scavenger hunt game. So we did this last episode. You want to do the same thing?
Yeah.
Why don't you, everybody go and grab one of your favorite theme park or amusement park items, like some sort of memento, some like souvenir.
This is assuming we have anything.
All right, I'll be back in a minute.
Show and tell now? Is this?
Yeah, show and tell. Go ahead, Higgins. You start.
Okay, so I have this, which doesn't even work because I don't have a battery in it. It's just a clock, right? But the cool part is where I got it.
Oh, cool. Nice. Good old part.
Yeah. Higgins got some
nice. It said something on it, and it wasn't just a sticker on the bottom.
Right. Higgins got some nice park creds from his time overseas.
Yeah, and then I almost wore this, but you couldn't see it while we were on this video. But this is like one of my favorite coaster T-shirts, park T-shirts. Can we read it here? Knott's Berry Farm.
Oh yeah,
nice, yeah.
So it's like a what do you call it? Like a
bowling shirt, yeah.
Bowling shirt.
Don't you have a shirt for their
best part is the back.
Oh, that's sweet.
Nice.
That's nice.
The accelerator.
Don't you have a shirt for Vertigo also?
So I have that. I wore that in the other video.
That's right, in our one-on-one interview. Interview.
That's obscure. That ride was there for like 5 minutes.
Make sure to go check it out.
I thought I never wore the shirt, so when I was in the Navy, I was going to my schooling in Pensacola, Florida, and we took a trip down to Orlando for the weekend. And so I have a picture here. Can you see?
Yeah.
Huh.
And I don't know if I'm getting close there, but there I am.
You had hair back then?
I'm wearing the Vertigo shirt.
Hair?
I had hair. Okay. Let's not talk about that. But it's hard to see in this, but I'm wearing the Vertigo shirt.
Nice.
I see it. No, I see it. Wow.
All right, Chris, what did you come up with?
Okay. Other than
I
my,
already showed you.
don't staple me. So I used to buy. I was an enthusiast before I stopped being an enthusiast back in like 2000 to 2002. So I have a lot of
Usually
shirts.
you have to be something before you stop being it, but yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Well. Okay. So I haven't grown a whole lot since I was 14 years old back then. So all the shirts still fit me. So I still wear them, and I got Son of Beast. So Paramount was really, really cheap, and they have some really bad prints. But I got this in 2002. And it says Paramount's Kings Island with Son of Beast. I had a Beast shirt also, but it completely wore out. It's funny because my Cedar Fair, my Six Flags stuff still looks great after almost 20 years.
Yeah.
But this looks like crap. But I wear this every time I go to Kings Island, and all the employees love it. Like I get like 20 comments from employees every time I go with this thing. So
Nice.
it's one of my favorite piece of merch because it's so historic too because it's been gone for so long.
It is my mother-in-law's favorite ride.
Chris, just remember, enthusiasts don't grow up; they just grow out.
That's true. That's a fact.
That is true. And then you get the walk of shame on Twisted
Kitty
Claw.
coasters. Yeah.
And kitty coasters. All right, John, what you got?
Well, I brought my favorite shirt.
I got the same shirt. I haven't even worn it yet. I'm waiting for my LaRon trip.
I got the tag too. We'll pop them together. Pop the
My
tags
head
together.
hurts just looking at it.
And I got a bolt from a buddy who builds roller coasters. An A490 bolt. That's the bolt. That,
I have a bolt. Your bolt looks about the same size as my bolt.
Family show.
Hello.
No, but I have one similar to that I picked up from when they were constructing X. They had like where the dead end was there. They had a gate that was kind of open, so we just kind of like.
It's got to be the same one.
Did you steal some parts from
that's
X?
the biggest.
Yeah, so we were just walking a little bit. We just saw it there, and we were like, "Hey, there's."
Is that why Arrow went bankrupt because you were stealing from X?
I stole one bolt.
No wonder
that was the one bolt they needed.
Piece of trash on the ground.
That was the bolt that broke the camel's back.
No wonder it's turned into X2 now.
Good. And I'm actually going to do some censoring on this picture. There's a picture of me and my boy. I don't know if my wife wants to be shown, so my phone is in the way. At Six Flags Great America in Chicago. It was the first time my son was big enough to actually ride the Whizzer. And so it was like kind of his like first big.
Yeah, that's a great coaster for like a beginners. Yeah. And that's only a 36-inch limit.
Yeah, he had just been on, this time like Canyon Blaster, even though it's awesome. The little ones at Six Flags Magic Mountain. And so this was the first time he actually went on a big ride, and he absolutely loved it. So that's the memory I have when we went to.
I love how that the transitions in that coaster are like Roller Coaster Tycoon, where you're just like going like this, and then
that's classic Schwarzkopf, dude. Like that's what I love about Revolution. When you're leading up to the loop, it's like, oh, here we go, and there's the loop. I think they should do that more often. It's kind of fun,
Well, know the reason why it's a ramp to the loop, right? So when they were building. So when they were building the loop as a prototype, at least this is the story I heard, but from a friend who I would say is pretty credible with his knowledge. I know they just kept building the ramp longer and longer till it was enough to safely do the loop.
It makes sense because if you notice on that ride, there's a winch right there. That's, right at the top of the ramp. So they were probably testing it, winching it back, testing it, winching it back, and left the winch there just in case. Makes sense.
Yeah.
You guys want to wrap this up? We got 4 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to do.
That's funny because I was just typing that discreetly to John. But
Wrap it up.
For reading my mind. We're going to wrap it up. As everybody knows, Zoom only gives you a certain amount of time. And we have seamlessly put 2 Zoom recordings together in one. Let us know in the comments if you know exactly. Tell us the timestamp of when I put both videos together, and I'll send you, I'll send you like a bag of Takis. I'll wipe it down first. I'll wipe it down.
From the exit of Magic Mountain.
Yeah. And then I'll still send you a bolt from X. But hey, Chris and Chris, thank you guys so much for coming back on the show. It's a little more intimate this time, a little smaller. We thought it would be fun to pit the Chris's together. You guys have such a fun time on Instagram. It's always fun watching you guys. So again, all you viewers out there, check these guys out on Instagram. Why don't you guys throw out your social medias? Go ahead, Chris Higgins.
Wow, I just totally forgot who I am. America's Coaster Network on Facebook and on Instagram.
Airtime Thrills.
Airtime Thrills on YouTube and Instagram. And next time I do this, we can do this with all my new Coaster Idiots that I steal.
And we'll do a Coaster Idiots Takeover 2, the sequel.
Takeover of the takeover.
Yeah. And again, thanks so much, guys, for coming on to the show. I appreciate it. It always means a lot that you guys are some of our first repeats, so which is great. Actually, you guys are the first time we've had a guest on here that. Oh wait, no, we had.
You had Ryan on twice.
Yeah, but we haven't.
He's counting.
No, we haven't interviewed him one-on-one. The only
That's
other person
true.
that did that was Dylan from Theme Park Obsession. So
Right.
Thanks so much again for people who've actually interviewed one-on-one for coming onto the roundtable. And you guys are welcome back anytime. Thank you so much. And to everybody out there, have a good time. Keep your fingers crossed for the parks opening up. Make sure to check us out again for future episodes of the Roundtable. Hey, and if you know of anybody that you'd like to see on the Roundtable, let us know in the comments. Better yet, let them know in their comments to contact us. They're always welcome a seat at the table. Again, I've been the ambassador on behalf of Chris from Airtime Thrills, Chris from America's Coaster Network, and John, Days Can Blaze. I've been the ambassador, and this has been your Theme Park ERT.